What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Masters EX video. My name is Charlie, and today what we're going to do is, before we get into the video, we'll go ahead and do our daily summons, I suppose. But we are going to get into talking about, because the ENTEI event rerun is coming tonight, the legendary event. So we need to prepare for this. I'm going to show you guys some of the best free-to-play sync pairs to use for this event, because it was really hard the first time. It was so hard that even I didn't beat it. Mainly because I forgot when the last day was. So I couldn't throw red at my problems like I usually do. But don't worry, you really don't need red. You can beat this. Actually, a better unit to use for everybody, a better unit to use, because not everybody has red, is going to be, oh yeah, right, Barry and Empoleon, surprisingly enough. So let's go ahead and get these daily discounts out of the way. Do I recommend you guys doing this? Not unless you have, if you don't have Zebstrika, actually no, don't do this. Just save your gems. Either spend them on getting blue, Signasuit Blue to 3 out of 5. I wouldn't even pull for Volkner, because he's not a limited unit. He's going to appear in the other banners in the future, so I wouldn't even worry about it right now. This one would be the one that I would recommend spending your gems on, unless you really like Mimikyu or Mightyena, who are coming on the 15th? I want to say the 15th. And they are actually really good. I'll have their sync grid videos coming out later this week. But yeah, I think that's it. Yep, okay, cool. Alright, so we'll go to sync pairs here. We'll go to edit team. And I'm going to set up my team tonight so that they're already set up. Now, very first, you definitely want Skyla and Swanna, and I'll show you why. They have Take Flight, sharply raises the defense of all allied sync pairs, sharply raises the speed of all allied sync pairs. The defense raising is really good, but the speed is the important part here. That's why we're choosing her, aside from her being like the best potion master, all that fun stuff. 1 gauge move, all that cool stuff. Passive move, haste, speed can't be lowered. And make sure you have vigilance on her so that she's protected against critical hits. There you go. Now for the main, oops. Oh no, where did we go? Where do we go? There we go. For our main striker, who do you want to have as your main striker? Well, we need to have a water unit. And for me, he's a 4-star unit still. But Barry and Empoleon, you guys. Barry and Empoleon's really, like, almost perfectly made for this event. One, he has a 1 gauge move in Bubble, which has a small chance of lowering the target's speed. Bubble Beam, which also has a small chance of lowering the target's beam, or speed. Passive skill, Power Flux 3. Lucky skill, I have Power Flux 3 on him, so technically he gets Power Flux 6 with me, but it is what it is. Full heal, removes all status conditions from an ally, which is useful. No hesitation, which sharply raises speed and critical hit rate, so he's a critical hit booster for himself. So actually having Critical Strike 2 on him would be the best way to go, but you know, you get what you get. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. But the real reason that we want him, and then we'll come back to the extra support, but the main reason why we want Barry and Empoleon is his sync grid. Now you need to get him to 3 out of 5 in order to get this. Inertia, which has the higher the user's speed, the more it powers up sync moves. Remember, sync moves win legendary arenas. And then over here, you have ramming speed. The more the user's speed has been raised, the more it powers up moves. So that way, every time you power up, you raise your speed, you're also doing extra damage with Bubble Beam or Bubble. Haste, so your speed can't be lowered. Just like how Oh god, hang on. Skylode Swanna can't be lowered either. You also want to grab the sync nodes here. I, of course, did not grab this extra sync node. That's because I went ahead and grabbed the full heal friendly care. When a move targeting an allied sync pair excluding field effects is successful, restores HP of the allied sync pair affected by the move. Now, for the ENTEI event, do I recommend doing this? No. Here. We'll go ahead and do this. You want to get both of the sync nodes. So that's what we're going to do. But you also want inertia and ramming speed. If anybody's familiar with Cynthia's grid, Cynthia, if you're not using free-to-play units, Cynthia is another really good unit to use against this. But this video is specifically telling you about free-to-play sync pairs to use. Of course, bubble, move gauge, refresh, so that way you're using a 1 gauge move that's always getting refreshed, which is nice. Remember, you want to get haste, so that way your speed can't be lowered, which in effect will keep your sync move and regular moves powered up as well. Alright, and then going down this way. Now, we could get the bubble beam move gauge refresh going this way, or you get the agile entry, which increases the evasiveness, which is usually what I go for. So you can go either route, because if you look here, it's 7, and that's 6, so I mean, you're not really... You're gonna be fine either way. And 5. So we've got 5 left, so what do we use it on? Because that would have taken up a lot. You've got no hesitation ramp up, raise the user's special attack when a move is successful. We're already doing a lot of damage. So we'll raise our special attack. And let's see here, is there another special attack? No. Okay, so what do we want to raise then? Oh, I was going to say speed, but we're already past that. So we could raise our power level for double beam, special defense, HP. I'd say... I think ENTEI's a physical striker. We are raising our defense with... That's HP as well. Okay. This is a tough one. Should we raise special defense or defense? Yeah, we'll go with defense. There you go. So this is going to be the sync grid that I'm going to use for Barry and Empoleon, which I would recommend you guys using. Also, Crasher Wake is another really good unit to use, but he's not free to play, so he doesn't make the list. Sorry, Crasher Wake. Alright, so back to edit team. Now, who should our... Ooh, let's go ahead and change up our gear. Make sure we have water-type gear. Here we go. Alright, water-type gear. All the way around. Alright, cool. Now, there's 2 ways that we could build out the team for the first person here. One, you could use Misty and Starmie as the second healer, and also Catch Us If You Can increases evasiveness, makes user gradually heal itself. Really good, and increasing the special defense of all the units on the team, so that way you're increasing your defenses across the board on both physical defense and special defense. Really good, and it activates Barry's type skill. Raises the ally's attack and special attack by 15 when using water type attacks, which you could also use for Hydro Pump, because Misty's attack is pretty good. It's really good. She does 164 right there, and Barry's is at 230, so Barry's is still better, but, you know, Misty has the more damaging move. I have Stalwart on hers. Vigilance is really the one you want. You just need to save up lucky cookies, you guys. She does have Healing Hands 2, has a moderate chance of removing all status conditions from all allied sync pairs after the Pokemon uses a move. So that's why you don't really need to use Barry's sync grid node that will do essentially the same thing. or it doesn't do the same thing. It restores their health. But then again, if you're using Misty, you're already restoring health anyways when you use a move. So let's see here. Her type skill raises the maximum HP of all allied sync pairs by 60. This is the maxed out type skill. Now, Barry's, I don't think Barry's is maxed out. We'll go ahead and max his out right now. Go to type skills, go to 4-star, and we'll just go ahead and do water. There we go. Alright, so we'll go ahead and max his out too. See that, Master? Alright, so now it's going to raise his attack and special attack by 30 when using water type attacks, so that's really good. Alright, now, if you don't use Misty, or you don't have Misty to 3 out of 5, which I recommend you do, I recommend getting at least these 3 free-to-play units to 3 out of 5. At least them. Now, the other sync pair you could use, because... oh, here we go. Because ENTEI is weak to flinch, he has a flinch, like, he's susceptible to flinch, highly susceptible. You could use Acerola, and make sure you put a hostile environment on her, I believe, so that way flinch has a better chance of hitting. But it's a 1-gauge move, doesn't do damage, but it does flinch. It's really good. It's really good. Again, if you're using Cynthia with Garchomp, then this would be the person to use. Absolutely 100% because you're using Sandstorm Team. I have Defense Crush 2 on her, has a moderate chance of lowering the target's defense when an attack against it is successful. So you would usually want to have Vigilance for Palisand because it is supposed to be a tank unit. But, you know, that helps out with the 1-gauge move. So there you go. So these are the 2 teams that I would recommend, either putting Acerola and Palisand or Misty and Starmie. Now, you could supplement this with Torchic, but the reason why I would actually advise against this, one, Torchic won't help out with type skills. He has haste as well, so his speed won't be lowered as well. But you're not helping out with type skills. And he's not going to be able to do that much physical damage. The only thing that he's going to do is raise the critical hit rate and special attack of all allied sync pairs. But Barry can already do that for himself. He's already raising his own physical attack. And the more that the more his speed is raised with Take Flight from Skyline Swanna, the more damage he's going to be doing with his moves. So, yeah, I would recommend not using Torchic. Most likely boosting your defenses with Misty and Starmie, and using Catch Us If You Can to increase the evasiveness of Barry, and also letting him heal every time he does a move. If you get lucky and get a move gauge refresh on Catch Us If You Can, or move gauge refresh, MP refresh on Catch Us If You can get that across all 3 units, so that way they're all using, Misty has a 2-gauge move, Skyline Swanna has a 1-gauge move, Barry has a 1-gauge move, and so you just constantly are doing these moves that don't take up too much move gauge to get to Barry's sync move faster, and you're also healing yourself each time you do it. It saves getting the potion, using the potions from Skyline Swanna. So that's what I would recommend, you guys. This particular team is what I'm going to run the ENTEI event with the first time out when it comes out tonight. So you'll see that video tomorrow. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What team are you going to use against ENTEI's Legendary Arena? Let me know down in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, so you never miss out on any of my daily Pokemon Masters EX content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.